Hello everyone, in this lecture we will see how to take input from the user using keyboard. So, if we know the values, we can specify. For example, here if I know the age of a person, I can specify the value here. And then I can print, right? But if I don't know the value here of this variable, so what we can do? In that case, let's ask the user. So I'll comment this part. So how to take the input from the user? Create a variable age equals to, here we have a function input, and here let's ask enter your age. Let's print it. Your age is age, this variable. So this part will be printed as it is, and this will print the value inside this variable. Let's run it. Right click, run it, and you can see here enter your age. So I'll enter some value. Your age is 22. So it looks like everything is fine here, working, but there is a small problem here. So what is the problem? Whenever we take input from this keyboard, it will be a string type by default. So let's confirm it. What we can do, instead of print, let's do some operation here. Let's say a variable a, and what I'll do in age, I'll multiply whatever age is there with 1.5 and then try to print a. As very basic, just to demonstrate you how it works. So I'm trying to multiply the age. Let's run it, and you will get an exception. See the exception here. So type of exception is type error. Exception means unexpected, unwanted condition occur in a program, or errors that we can only figure out in runtime, like this. So it's saying we cannot multiply a string with float. So you can see here. So what is happening here? By default, this type is a string. Let's comment this part, and we'll print the type here. Type. Let's print type of this variable 22, and you can see here it's a string type. Even though we have entered a number, integer, so we were expecting integer here, but by default it is a string type. So that's the reason here, if we use this value to perform some operation, arithmetic operation, you will get error. So what we have to do? We have to typecast it. For example, here we are expecting integer, so let's add int here, wrap inside this part. So whatever value user will enter, that will be converted to integer and then store in this variable. Now let's run it again, 22, and you can see here it is int. Now this part will work. So you can see. So always remember, when you take input, whatever value you are expecting, the type, you should convert it to that. For example, here let's say name. I want name. Enter your name. Because it's a string, so I don't have to typecast it. Let's run it. Name, type of this value, here. So it's a string, we don't have to typecast. Suppose I'm asking the user to enter a price, enter product price, which is a float. So what we can do, here we have to use float, because user can enter decimal value. Now you can see here float, it works. So here this is the way we typecast, and using input function we can take the input from the user. So whatever value you want to, if you don't know the value, in that case only we take the input from the user. But if we know the value, we can specify directly like this. Only two cases are there. We know the value, we can specify. We don't know the value, ask the user. Sometimes we have to read from the file or some other resources. So those other options we'll explore later.